The passage you provided discusses the historical expansion of the British Empire and how it was able to exert its influence on a global scale during the 16th to early 20th centuries. Here's a summary of the key points in the passage. British Empire's global reach. The British Empire once controlled territory in various parts of the world, and at its peak, it exerted power over around 23% of the world's population. Early challenges. Britain initially lagged behind other European nations like Portugal, Spain, Holland, and France in exploration and colonialism. However, they overcame these disadvantages through a combination of luck and strategic decisions, economic policies, and naval power. Britain's success in establishing a vast empire was due to economic policies and significant investments in its navy and trade ship fleet. Their navy was one of the largest and most powerful in the world, thanks to resources such as coal, iron, and oak for shipbuilding. Role of private enterprise. Private companies, as well as the British government, played a significant role in expanding the empire. Private armies and mercenaries, often hired by businessmen, were involved in many invasions. Even when the government was not directly involved, it still contributed to the growth of the empire. Geographical advantages. Britain's geographical advantages, including its location with prevailing westerly winds, natural and man-made ports, and access to essential resources, facilitated its naval dominance. The importance of a strong navy. Maintaining a strong navy was crucial for national defense and economic prosperity. Britain consistently built and maintained a large fleet of ships, which set them apart from other European countries. Economic motivation. The desire for wealth, resources, and status was a significant motivator for British expansion. Britain was interested in exploiting resources and opportunities worldwide, and this was a key factor driving their global invasion. The passage provides an overview of how the British government, along with private enterprises, played a significant role in expanding the British Empire and exerting influence across the world. Here are the key points. British government encouraging trade and exploration. The British government recognized the lucrative opportunities for trade and exploration and encouraged its citizens to finance expeditions and set up trade routes. They provided protection through the Royal Navy to ensure the safety of British ventures around the world. The use of force. The British government often sent soldiers from the military or hired armed men to protect their interests and ventures abroad. This was sometimes necessary to secure and maintain control. Resource acquisition. The British Empire exploited the resources of the lands they encountered. Their more advanced weaponry allowed them to extract the resources they needed, which contributed to the empire's expansion. Naval dominance. The British invested heavily in building a powerful navy, which allowed them to control the seas. Their geographical advantages and access to resources such as coal, iron, and oak for shipbuilding further strengthened their naval power. Private enterprise and government support. Private businesses played a significant role in expansion. The government provided protection on the high seas and military support when needed, while private enterprises explored new territories. Slave trade. The British got involved in the transatlantic slave trade, which was a dark chapter in history, but a highly profitable business. Slavery provided a cheap source of labor for the colonies and boosted the British economy. Expansion into India and East Asia. The British East India Company played a pivotal role in the colonization of India, and the British government saw India as a source of wealth and cheap labor. The establishment of trade routes in East Asia allowed the British to expand their influence in the region. Embrace of private corporations. The British government supported private companies that operated independently, but had the backing of the government. This allowed businesses to spread British culture and make profits that fueled the empire's expansion. Countries not invaded by the British. The passage lists 22 countries that were not invaded by the British, citing factors such as geographical location, the British Navy's reach, and strategic decisions to avoid costly invasions. Expansion and influence. The British Empire's expansion was driven by the desire for wealth, resources, and power, which motivated both the government and private businesses to explore and exploit new lands. In summary, the British Empire's global influence and its ability to invade and exert control over numerous countries were the result of a combination of factors, including a powerful navy, government support for private enterprises, exploitation of resources, and participation in the slave trade. These elements, combined with a drive,